Hey, hey! And welcome to the QUB, the show where I sit down with good friends and have a long drawn-out talk about absolutely nothing. I'm your host, Why Not Tuneish, and today I have a very special episode for you all. Instead of my usual setup and dynamic, I have a special treat for you guys where I have not one, but two special guests with me in the QUB today. Joining me from somewhere in Canada, I have forgotten. We have Aberdeen and Nicholas, two of the biggest influences and creators of Pooch. Say hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
So glad to finally have you guys on here, really. Pooch has been doing absolutely amazing online, it seems.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of a little bit overwhelming, but it's very cool to see people connect with the film that we made for school. So it's
I bet.
Quite an experience, but it's a positive experience. So.
Well, starting off, let's just go ahead and tell the audience what you guys actually did on the show.
So yes, Aberdeen, you can take that first.
Oh, okay. So I was the director, and I also helped in kind of every department with being a director. The idea was originally something I pitched for class. We all had a pitching day, and Pooch succeeded in getting votes. And then from that point on, it was a collective effort of making it become the short film that it is now.
Isn't it always?
So true. You know what? The true short films is the teamwork along the way. But yeah, so
the true indie pilot is the friends we made along the way.
It's true. Exactly. It's very true. It's very true. But it couldn't have been done without the amazing crew of my classmates. Hi guys.
Hey Poochies.
Hey Poochies. I miss you. So hugs and kisses. But yeah. Oh, I did the voice work for Fifi as well. So I'm in it vocally as well, and it's very interesting rewatching it. I'm like, who did that? I'm like, oh wait, that's me.
It's a little wild just hearing your own voice back, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and in like my terrible Boston accent, like I'm like, what was I thinking? But it's fine because it worked out in the end.
I don't think it was too bad.
From TF2. That was like all
it
that
was just
going
Scout.
on in the group chat.
It was. I'm like Scout, but woman Scout, and then that's how she became Fifi. So
what if we make Scout, but she's a woman, and she's a dog.
And she's a dog. So
the internet will completely blow up. All right, Nicholas, what about you?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Nicholas. I was the team's rigging lead. So essentially, the film itself was rigged. It was made in Toon Boom Harmony, and it uses puppet rigs to essentially kind of ease the process of animation. We had like everyone in the group kind of chipped in with like producing a rig here and there. So like all the props, the characters that you see, they're all puppets. And so I was in charge of rigging our two leads, Fifi and Tilly. They're our children. I love them, despite the fact that it's like, they break every so often. But you know what? Like that's the part of just, I don't know, having these creations. And I also helped with prop design as well as a bit of the audio and music.
Fantastic.
And also, if speaking of voice work, the one dog that kind of starts the riot and says "Doggy pal." Yeah, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but that's me. I did that. I'm proud of it.
No, be proud of who you are. Be who you are.
Be who you are. A guy who starts riots.
Hell yeah.
You guys also have your own little a bit of an online presence outside of this, don't you?
No.
A little bit. I know, yeah. I could confirm that. I'm not sure about Aberdeen.
Yeah. So I'm in my little hermit. I observe, I don't post, so
you know what? Good. That has its benefits.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're mostly focusing on Nick here. Nick, most people who follow me would definitely know you best from the couple collabs you've actually helped out in.
Oh yes. Oh, those were so much fun. I can't wait for the next. Like,
Oh,
I
it's
know
been
I'm a
so
bit
long.
like touchy-feely with just some of the topics. It's just like, I'm sorry, I have a life, so it's like I'm a part of it when I can. The Backrooms one was fun. I remember I had a lot of fun with that.
Oh my goodness, I love that you used it. Okay, a little story for people who don't know and
Oh no.
somehow only know me from YouTube. So, I host a little collab every now and again. I haven't in quite a while, I just haven't had the time. But one of the ones I hosted, the plot was, why not drags his friends across the multiverse and gets stuck in the back rooms? Nicholas used a character of his that's known for being followed around by creepy, freaky entities, and got her stuck between two very tight walls in the back room.
Because the whole backstory behind that was that there were two options with it. I wanted to do either include her or do kind of like my whole online persona with like, you know, my purple icon and
Right.
like the little like toaster dude. His name's Garrett Grimble, by the way. He has a name. he is a little dude. And doing the one like the, you know, the 4G's on the Jeep meme.
Yeah.
Like it's like the one where it's like the guy's walking, he's like uber thick. I wanted to do that. I had two ideas and I left it to the on call just to see like, you know, who would think it better. And like the party kind of chose the whole like, yeah, do the scary one. So like there was that. And it's like, yeah, that's it. I went with that. There's no underlying thing that like kind of happened with that or anything. Like, yeah, it was the drawing. It was funny. There's a dude there in the corner. Like, yeah.
There's just a freaky, definitely skinwalker just following her behind.
Yeah.
Average day in Toronto.
As you do.
Speaking of all this, though, go ahead and plug yourselves a little bit. Where can people find you guys specifically online?
Okay, so my identity online is Nicholas Does Art. That's NICHOLAS _ does another _ art. I'm mainly active on Instagram. I have a YouTube. I also have a website as well that's like linked between those two sites as well, so that's easy to find.
Always awesome.
I also have a short comic series that I'm in the process of bringing back. It's called Simple Seagull. You can find it on Instagram at Simple Seagull Comics. Hopefully, one of these days we might get to Webtoon, just because I think Instagram's kind of crappy with like their whole AI scraping. So I've been kind of having to put disturbance filters on everything. But yeah, that's a work in progress. But yes, that is, if you go check that out, that would be very much appreciated.
All right, and how about you, Aberdeen?
Well, once again, I don't super use social media, but if you do want to, I guess, find accounts, I typically, for art wise, I typically go by Gimp Gomp Womp Womp. That's GIMP GOMP WOMP WOMP, and I have that name on Instagram and DeviantArt, which is a dying site, and I don't really DeviantArt's like my dumping ground for just random art I do, and I'm like, you know what, it's a bit funny. What if I just post this on DeviantArt? And I do, but it's nothing really serious.
Of course
then
it's not serious. It's DeviantArt.
yeah, I got like 8 Crazy Nights edits on there.
Let's go.
It's very interesting.
8 Crazy Nights.
God,
8 Crazy Meow Meows.
Wasn't it like the entire production process you guys kept bringing up 8 Crazy Nights?
Yeah, that's me. I was responsible.
She indoctrinated all of us.
I had it.
Dear God.
I was innocent
super
before
legally
then.
downloaded on my USB, and I brought it in, and I wanted to do a cameo of Whitey and Davy in the film, but I was the only one who saw the movie, and I was like, oh, I have it on a USB stick. Let me just bring that in and just make people watch it while we're working.
Oh my God.
And then I did, because who's going to stop me? So now 8 Crazy Nights have like 10 more people who know of it.
It's the absolute best terrible Adam Sandler movie.
Well, yeah, no,
I know the animation is so interesting.
It looks like it was made by Disney.
No, because they had, I think, dropouts from like Iron Giant working on that movie.
Of
So like,
course.
Yeah,
that's
it
kind
was-
of why it has like prowess. And, like,
Yeah,
talent.
same with the Yowza, which is a Canadian animation studio. We Canadians had a hand in that as well.
Oh my god.
So
Hi,
there's
Steph.
some frames
Yeah,
though.
she
I'm like,
works
why
for
did they have to
Yowza.
draw Davy like that? Like, I'm like, if it was more of a popular movie, there's the edits for that movie, like the fan cams would go hard, but
I don't think it can
No
be
one
any more
cares.
popular than it is. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah. Well,
If
because
it-
the whole
if it
story
could
behind that
peak.
is, what is it? We had this thing called Sequence Week, and so essentially, it was our college project to essentially animate the opening sequence or a sequence of film from our movie.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
we
30
had
seconds
essentially,
in a week, no breaks.
yeah, 30 seconds of
nothing.
animation in a week. Everything had to be made from scratch. Layouts, rigs, boards, like everything.
Character designs, we did that the
Yeah.
same week too. It was
Oh yeah.
it was kind of crazy,
Yeah,
but I'm
and
glad
so-
it's over.
Oh yeah.
And and that's, I think, what sort of led into just like, watching 8 Crazy Nights was just like we needed something to do or like just to work to. So yeah, it's like literally if you think of like just some dystopian conditioning or like whatever, or like the one of like the Gillette commercial, or it's like, is this the best a man could get? Like imagine that, but it's like desk workers of just people trying to animate funny, silly rock and roll dogs, and then it's just 8 Crazy Nights on the Jumbotron. And it's
Are
like
you
it's
implying
like
that-
Adam Sandler like humping the car. It's like, oh mama, do you like it when I hold
they
you
do
like
it
this?
You know, I like the implication that the only way you guys would have watched that movie if you're like chained to your desk. That makes me feel like a crazy.
during that when you said that.
Yeah, like I feel like a crazed like dictator. Like yes, my little workers, go and watch Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights.
Well, I mean, I
yes,
fully
Yeah.
agree
watch
with
the
that.
deer, poop and laugh. Good.
I fully agree with that, but the problem is I voluntarily watched that movie.
No, me. I watched it like 3 times. I have the DVD. I've seen the behind the scenes, and they're kind of cool, honestly. That DVD has like actual bonus features and storyboards. And in the original, they made Davy smoke in a scene, and I'm like, oh, I see why they cut that out. But
A little
just,
too
like, it was
angsty
crazy.
for the amount of angst
Yeah,
that they already had.
Oh yeah, don't
Yeah, he-
ignore the fact that a man is covered in excrement and frozen. No, smoking
yeah,
bad.
ignore Whitey and singing. Adam Sandler singing about his morning. So
Yeah, oh,
Oh, hey,
My
they don't show
morning.
anything. It is implied, but they don't show anything.
oh
yeah,
my
and then
god.
Eleanor's like,
Even though she'd like to see it
Eleanor.
anyway.
Oh my god. 8 Crazy Nights happened. It happened, and we
Yeah.
all let it happen.
yeah, I wasn't even born when it was made. I don't
know,
think.
I don't
wasn't
know when
made.
it was made.
Hang on, I gotta look it up. Just give me.
2002. Oh, I was just.
I was
Wait, no.
born then. I was like
November
literally like
27th. I was in my mother's womb.
I was an infant.
I
was
would've
an
I was all
infant.
cozy.
I would have been like 10, 11 months old. Like yeah.
I was an infant, and I let it happen.
Bum, biddy, 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 bum, bum.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one more 8 Crazy Things night before we move on to something more more productive.
more on
Yeah.
But
topic.
one of someone who works on the film, he has like a Twitter, and he does like fan commissions and stuff. And there's official art of Whitey as Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and
way.
it's
Of
like
course there is.
official. I'll send it right now. But executive
Please
producer,
do.
he
I
drew
want to
this.
see it.
He drew he drew them as
They're all
Kingdom
there.
Hearts,
Oh
and
my
it's canon in
goodness.
my eyes. It's canon.
Oh my god, that's something.
Whitey with the Keyblade is quite a sight to behold.
Oh my goodness, I don't like
Oh
it.
my-
I think it's beautiful.
I'm impressed, but I don't like it. I don't like
This is-
I
it.
just imagine it's just like, yeah, like Sora comes to like the 8 Crazy Nights universe and he tries
Oh
to
my
tell
God.
Davy the meaning of Hanukkah or like some shit like that.
It's like, Davy, the dark hearts.
You gotta get the dark hearts.
And then Davy would go, I don't care. And then he
The
continues
heart
being a
was
jerk.
so. They're attacking the gymnasium.
Okay, I've got the Keyblade here.
Eleanor, you gotta watch it.
I'm a
Not the
Disney
mall.
character now.
The stage
Yeah.
takes place in the mall. And it has...
That's what the final battle is.
That's
it's
the
like,
final
what if you, like,
battle.
you battle like all like the
You
Panda
battle the
Express,
place, yeah,
the
you-
Foot Locker.
Are we
Starbucks or
battling the
whatever.
singing logos?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the...
Yeah, or like maybe
Logos
go into
aren't
Davey's
supposed
mind
to
and like
sing
they
and
fight
fight.
the logos to like, you know, kind of have that, and like maybe their final blow is using the Keyblade to unlock the Hanukkah card that he
Oh
has.
my
God.
God.
And then it's like, we love you, Davey. And then he just starts crying, and that's how it ends. There's no resolution. It's just Davey crying, and then Sora's like, we should go.
Ball signs aren't
That-
supposed to sing. That's a technical foul.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
my
It's
last
like nothing
random
gets
trivia.
resolved, like the Heartless just leave.
No.
Oh.
The Heartless... I was gonna say the Heartless just stays in Davey's heart, and then no one cares about him.
Oh, that's terrible.
I mean, let's be honest. Who cares? Raise your hand if you actually care.
I care.
I'm so
No.
sorry that you do.
I like writing that resolves.
Davey's such like a jerk, and then he doesn't really redeem himself. He's just like, oh, now I feel bad. I'm like, there's nothing.
No steps.
There's
towards
nothing that makes
you,
me
you
wanna
make a good point. I'm
care.
having a hard time rebuttaling that.
Oh
And
my
it's like, wow,
God.
my stance just shifted immediately.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe he's not very nice, and you're like, oh wait, yeah, you're right. Actually, he's.
I mean, it's an Adam Sandler movie. Does Adam Sandler really redeem himself that often?
No.
Happy
Or is he
Gilmore
No.
does. He learns how to play. He learns how to like control his anger and like play golf properly.
Okay, that
and, like,
is
engage
fair.
the audience.
That is one of the only Adam Sandler movies I've seen fully.
Not even bedtime stories.
I've seen
That
Bedtime
one.
I
Stories.
forgot
That's another
bedtime
one of
stories. It's been
He
so
redeems
long since
himself
I've
in that
seen
one. Remember Pixels? Remember when Josh Gad does it with?
Oh my
Hubert?
goodness, I love Pixels.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
dragged
I
my
don't like
dad to
that.
see that in theaters with me. I feel
Pixels
so
has
bad.
the weirdest freaking ending.
I
Where
know,
the
it's like
Yeah.
where the god of all nerds finally gets the woman of his dreams, which was QUB3 45
Hubert,
seconds
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
And then Kevin
Shout-
James as the mayor. He's always like
He's not the mayor.
political
He's
authority.
not the mayor. He's the
Oh no,
president
he's the president.
of the United
He's
States.
the president. Yeah, you're right. He's like the whole shabam.
Shout out to Max Headroom who makes it into the final act.
Oh, right? My goodness.
Oh yeah, he does. I forgot about that. I didn't get that reference as a kid.
You know, Max
Yeah.
Headroom was the... I actually did, but that's because I learned a bit about Max Headroom as a kid. Did you know he's the center for one of the biggest television hijackings in American history?
He is, yeah. I
Yes,
remember.
I
I
did
don't
know
know the
that.
context, but I know the video you're talking about.
Uh-huh. I don't remember what it was on, but no one ever caught that guy.
Nope. People panic though. They're like, "What is this?"
Imagine that,
going
just
on?
going like having that impact and then disappearing off the face of the earth.
But knowing that it was you. Imagine just... I bet the guy's still around. I bet that guy when he did it was in his 20s, so there's a good chance he's still kicking somewhere in maybe his 50s or so. And he's just there like, man, I
Those were
hijacked
the
Max
days.
Headroom. It's been 40 years and still no one's caught me. I am a legend.
I feel like if you're pushing 50 at that point, I feel like you've started a life. Like
Right.
it's like, you know, that wouldn't really come across your mind. It'd be like one of those like intrusive thoughts of your brain. It's like, remember that night back in high school, like, you know, like you went to the dance and you just like you peed yourself like in front of everyone. You just peed yourself. You remember that? Like this is your brain talking to you, like while you're like sitting in bed.
Yeah, but
at,
that's
like,
an
2 o'clock in the
unpleasant
morning.
thought. I wonder, do you think he lived to regret it?
I don't really see why he would.
Well, yeah, because
unless he
didn't
got
get
caught, but he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't get
No,
caught.
it's just like it's a dirty little secret. That's kind of the extent of it.
Aw, that's
he
a,
didn't
that's
get,
a,
he didn't
that's a
get
way to
caught,
describe
but
it.
it was a little embarrassing. I mean, he went on there with a Max Headroom mask, clearly either really stoned or just really hammered. Started letting you know, what is it? What was it? Coca-Cola phrases from commercials, and got his butt spanked. Like that was the entirety of his life for like a good couple minutes. If any of our
Who's gonna know
audience
it was
doesn't
him?
know,
Max Headroom was Pepsi, wasn't he? Like he had that
probably?
whole like Yeah,
Ride-
he had that whole
what was Ride the Wave?
commercial. Sorry?
What was Ride the Wave? That's what he said, right?
Well, yeah, no, because he...
That
Oh, wait,
was-
no, you're right, he was Coke. Because it's like, yeah, it's because he keeps on mentioning everyone as, like, Cokeologists.
Ah.
And, like, you know, yeah, it was Coke, you're right.
We're
'Cause
talking about Coca-Cola, right?
He interviewed the Pepsi can, and he's like, is this my guest? Like, it was something funny, I remember it.
What if Pepsi Man came in? That would have been a crossover. That
For
would be
Yeah,
awesome.
any
that
of
would
our
have been
audience
a
who
crossover.
doesn't know, right after this episode's over, I want you to go search Max Headroom Incident. Oh my goodness. I used to see a lot
Along
of
with
that
many
stuff.
other such classics as Mac Tonight.
Mac
And
Tonight.
8
Everyone
Crazy
remembers Mac
Nights.
Tonight. Don't.
Oh yeah, that too. 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah.
I
8
mean, maybe
Crazy
skip
Nights.
8 Crazy Nights. Leave it.
No.
Leave it hanging
Don't
for a
skip
few
Don't-
8
minutes.
Crazy
skip
Nights.
it.
You will go right
gotta-
now. You will go right now. Look
You
up on
gotta
YouTube
acknowledge
8
the
Crazy
history.
Nights, and
The
you will watch
history.
it.
Don't,
You will
don't
watch
do
it
that
full
to
length.
people. Don't do that
You
to
will watch it
people.
full length. I'm watching you in the television screen right now. You will watch 8 Crazy Nights.
What is
Ooh,
wrong
you want to watch
with you?
8 Crazy Nights so badly. Ooh, you want to see
Ooh.
Daisy and
Ooh.
shenanigans.
Do not hypnotize my audience. That's my job.
Ooh,
wanna
8
see the-
Crazy Nights.
The racist jokes. Ooh.
Pull out your
And the fat kid
yarmulke.
dick,
It's
ooh.
time for Hanukkah.
Oh my
You
God.
will subscribe to this show.
Yes. Give us a platform.
You
If not for us-
Only online platforms can sustain us.
If not for us, do it for Whitey.
Cube.
Do it for
Do it
Whitey.
for Whitey.
Do it for Whitey.
He's the
Do it for
best
Whitey
character
and his
in the
Good
movie.
Person Award.
He's the best
Subscribe
character.
to Why
in the
Not
movie.
Tuneish for Whitey.
If you don't subscribe, it's a technical foul.
Do it for Doug Walker.
Doug Walker.
Do it for
Okay,
Doug-
we should probably
Watch
actually...
watch 8 Crazy Nights so you don't have to.
Hello, I'm the nostalgic. Oh, Doug. Oh,
Oh.
Mr. Walker.
Okay, we should probably actually start talking about your
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
That's important Pooch lore though. So you can imagine the mindset we were in, the
Yeah.
headspace,
Mentally disturbed.
mentally disturbed. Well, 8 Crazy Nights grounded us, TBH. I
It did,
think.
yeah, okay, maybe
It
that was
grounded
the
us.
wrong
It
word.
saved
That
us.
was the wrong
If we
word,
didn't
yeah.
have 8 Crazy Nights, we would have been miserable. We would have been like, "What's the point?"
Yeah,
I
like
can't
that,
do this
Dan
in
versus
8 months,
like
a
all the
whole
memes.
film.
Sonic, shout out to Sonic. He's in our end
Shout out to
credits.
Sonic.
He
I love
kept us
Sonic.
going.
He did.
I was a Mario kid, but I get the appeal of Sonic. I'm coming
It's
around.
okay. I was both, but Sonic is a little higher on the list. Sorry, Mario.
And Sonic at the Olympic Games. Like, yeah, it's like
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
says
Best of
Mario
both
and
worlds.
Sonic. Why not both?
Okay,
Yeah.
you know, that actually leads me to a good question. The show's been out, the episode's been out for a good while now. You've gotten a lot of love from it. Are there any little secret Easter eggs that people have noticed, like, very easily?
Oh yeah, there's definitely in the comments people are like, "This character looks like Bandit from Bluey," and it's like, yeah.
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 Oh, I saw that
Um,
comment. Yeah, they found him. They found Bandit.
Some of them, I'm like, no one's noticed the King of the Hill reference I put in.
Really?
Yeah, there is one.
Do you want to let them know where that is, or just let them know
No,
it's
yeah,
there?
sure. In the flashback, when Tilly is playing her guitar, I put the Arlen Propane logo on her guitar.
Oh, that's awesome.
Strickland Propane or whatever.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's
Not
what the
even
star
Nick
in the
knew it.
front.
animated
I
it.
just dismissed it. I
I
didn't even like. Oh,
To be fair,
hang on,
I didn't
hang
tell
on.
anyone. I was just like, I want to put some King of the Hill because that's what I'm watching.
No, but I mean,
while
like,
working.
go off, like, slay.
And now
Nick
we're gonna get
animated
taken down
it and
for
he didn't even
copyright
notice.
infringement.
No, the flashbacks was Aberdeen. That was all her illustrations.
That was all
Ah,
me.
no,
That was all me.
I was nowhere near that. What I
Yeah,
do
but-
know is that someone did peg out the "she needs some milk" like whenever.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Tilly
reference.
punches Fifi. Yeah, I said that.
Oh,
I
that makes me feel
claim to
old
that.
though. I'm like, oh, Vine.
No, no. Here's the thing, though. I've had an experience where that has lined up, like, cause I was walking to school, like to high school, on like a winter day, and there was something. I was walking with a friend, and so they unfortunately like slipped on the ice because it's like minus like 20 or whatever, like it's Canada, right? And so like they fall over. I'm with them. It's like trying to see if they need like help getting up or whatever. And there's someone off the side that literally goes, "She needs some milk.
Oh no,
Like,
it's I
literally, like,
mine.
I have a lived-in experience, so it's like that was like I knew I
You were
I
the
wanted
vine.
that in there. I really
were the
wanted
vine.
that in there. It's like repressed memories of like days long forgotten.
Long for free Shavakadu. Remember that one? Good times.
Oh yeah.
What other people recognize Werewolf, Sonic, and Chip in the
Yes.
background.
Yeah.
Also
that
Brian
too.
Griffin.
No, he's not hard to find either.
There's also TF2 representation with Spy and Sniper.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I want to put them in. I don't care. I'm like, I'm working on this film, guys. I'm putting them in. There's also sorry.
Dan and Chris, I think people spotted that. They're literally.
Oh yes,
characters,
they're like voice.
on the.
Now
on the
Dan
show.
and Chris, I'm very happy
Dan
about.
Versus was also Dan
Yeah.
Versus was also another media that I was like, hey guys, can we watch this? This is a good show. And then I learned that some other group mates started watching it as well.
Dan and Chris, I'm very happy about, just because that's the first thing that I've ever gotten to voice in.
Oh yes.
No, like
Mr.
us choosing the cast for it was essentially like it. Well, no, because we decided the cast on my birthday, so it's like it was like you gifted your voice unto us, like for my
You're like, here you
conception
go.
cycle.
Aww.
You signed you entered that Google form like your life depended on it.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness,
No, you,
I was
you came
excited.
out to me and asked me about it, and I'm like, you know, like sure, why not? I'll send it over because like we don't
Yeah.
really need anyone on location. Like we just need a guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you had posted it to your Instagram story, and I immediately recognized that's Dan and Chris from one of my all-time favorite cartoons. Oh my goodness, I didn't think I sounded anything like Dan. I thought I might have had a shot at Chris, but I did both. I still auditioned for both.
You had like all the tags and everything, like like find me, like here, there, like everywhere. And it's like I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, yep, that's why not.
Yeah.
Like, yep.
Yep, like I immediately recognized it. Like, you know, just what is it? The one smiley face in a pool of frowns or whatever that stock image is we were showing in grade school.
Oh, it's because I was really excited. Leave nothing to chance, as I say.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I had enough places for you to reach me. Oh my, it's one line. It's a single line. I still screamed a little when it came on first.
I points. That's me. That's me.
Oh my goodness.
Holy crap. He's literally me.
I'm not as embarrassed as I should be about my reaction to that.
No, you should be happy for your accomplishment.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it's there forever. It's there forever. It's the
Yeah.
first
Oh,
thing
yeah,
I've auditioned for that's been published.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, I've actually I've actually been selected for 2 other roles. One, however, is on permanent hiatus. The other just got canceled.
Oh, but that's
Well,
okay. It's
still,
at least
like,
it's an
that's still
experience.
something, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That gives me hope for the future. There's going to be more stuff.
Yeah, I have like an unpaid role or just like a for fun thing from a guy I know on Instagram. Shout out to See Me Draw. He has like an Instagram page. He has this character. He's a Canadian. He's called Lens, and he had a short meme that he wanted to do with them, like about like the Grimace shake, and like I actually contribute some voice work for that, and like I kind of want to do it again sometime, but it's like yeah, that's another thing. I put my voices out there, like I did stuff.
I did that.
Yeah.
You can find it.
I build that. Yeah. I don't know. I think there's something fun too with it, just being a student short film that we were allowed to kind of be like new to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like amateurish, like in a positive, like in the most nice way.
In the
this
most
is all
positive
new for us,
possible
right?
way. We're brand new
Yeah,
at this. We don't know
We're
what
all
we're
brand
doing.
new little babies, so. But I think that opportunity was really awesome because it didn't feel weird. Like it's like, oh, I'm not like everyone else is so much more professional than I am, and I'm like, wait, no, we're all on the same level.
Yeah,
So
like
I
that
think-
was a big thing our instructor pointed out was just like, you know, you're not going to have really much opportunities if you get in the industry to kind of put your creative input forward. So it's like everyone
Yeah.
kind of got their own little thing to put in our production.
Mhm.
And,
And
you
if
know,
you
I think
wanted to do
everyone-
something, you just said it, or like we tried to work it in, right?
Yeah.
So
like not everything made it, but like most
no,
of
of
it,
course,
I think, kind
most of it,
showed
yeah.
up.
Like, for example, like as we were talking with the cameos, that was very like, do you guys have any funny cameos you want to put in? And if the designs were cool, we're like, okay, sure. And
I-
then for Nick, if you follow Nick, you know he loves cars. So we're
Yes.
like,
Nick is a
let's make an
giant fan of
opportunity.
cars.
Yeah, we're like, let's make an opportunity to design some cool cars for the intro. And we're like,
Yeah.
okay, that's fun. People like that. And then also I know a lot of people in our group, they like animating expressions and stuff. So we made sure to have a lot of scenes where it was like close shots, there's action, but it's less action than I guess some of the other films, because we're like, yes, close-ups. Emotions.
A lot of we had a lot of silly expressions for like the storyboards, and it was very important that we kind of carried that over to the final film, just to kind of just like keep it fun, keep it loose. Our style's simple, so it's like, we have room to kind of like play around with just like expressions and all that.
Yeah, like why not make it fun?
Yeah.
Like, huh? What's gonna happen if we have a little sillies? Like, no, but
the one scene, it's I actually animated this one, shot 16. It's the one where like Tilly kind of pulls in Fifi for a hug, and she's just a little stage fright. That face that Fifi makes is our Discord icon for Punked Pooch.
Yeah, she has like a crosshair on her. And
the crosshair gun.
We're like, Janice is the gun.
And our
angry
server
mom
banner is like the one with like Janice like with like the sniper rifle that that Katya drew.
When I first saw that, I thought it was like a police lineup.
Oh yeah.
No, it's just Janice practicing her sniping skills, But yeah, hopefully in the future, we put out maybe a bit more content for the characters, because there's a lot of funnies and like a lot of like lore we came up with that just didn't have an opportunity to come out.
I'm hoping you get the chance to do more episodes.
Yeah, or at least comics. Comics definitely is a little more.
We all kind of needed a long detox from this. Like
for good reason. It was your very first one.
Yeah, especially too because we're losing the license, like the program permissions, because we're out of school now. So in September we're not gonna have access unless we pay like a hefty fee for animation software. So it's like,
you guys should consider merch. Wink, wink. I say that as a special nod to the fact that I know you guys have been making merch.
Yeah, we made stickers and we made prints. We still have money saved from the fundraising we did from our school to make shirts and whatnot. But like Nick mentioned, I think all of us are just kind of taking a break right now and just kind of figuring stuff out before I guess we come together again to plan something as big as ordering shirts and designing and like.
Oh, definitely.
Because I think the passion is still there. Like we want to get back to like making little fun comics. We want to post on the social media. It's just like I think definitely like more so when we're in kind of a safe headspace to kind of think back on it again.
Yeah, and plus we don't have that I guess that time constraint of 8 months to get everything done. And also with I guess just writing the characters, we don't have to go to a teacher anymore. So more things are a bit in our control. So
you're free. You can just do whatever you want.
We can make Fifi be the more annoying, clingy person that she dog that she was going to be. We can make her a monster drinker, and no one can stop us.
I need my monster. I need a monster right now.
I need my monster right now. I need my monster.
Oh, when you said monster drinker, I thought you meant she was a severe alcoholic.
I meant Monster Energy. No.
Yeah.
Alcoholic.
Fifi has severe alcohol dependency, everybody.
No, Fifi has a caffeine addiction.
No, Fifi has a caffeine addiction.
Her
mom.
She's also trailer trash.
Yeah, her mom does yoga classes, and she's one of those stereotypical like cigarette mom. Sorry,
Fifi. Of course
Fifi.
she is.
It's like, and she's the one. I forget the actress who plays her, but like the one. What's her face from Cinderella Story? It's like, you go to college to get a job. It's like skipping a step. Like, something like that. That's my headcanon for her. It's like that actress. Like, she plays, like, Aunt Fanny in Robots. She plays Aunt Lady Susan
Is it Jennifer Coolidge?
I think it might be.
Yeah, it is Jennifer Coolidge. I haven't seen Cinderella Story ever.
I like that movie. I mean, like,
I wrote it off as a girl movie. I'm like, I'm more interested in watching Disney animated.
It is kind of a girl movie, but like,
I'm a girl, so it's okay.
They actually have a phenomenal phenomenal selection of cars. Like, what is it? Like the one guy's dad's Mercedes. You know, like what is it? Like Cinderella has like the old fastback convertible. Like, I don't know. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on. You should have made a
right
Cinderella
along.
story reference. Should have done that. It's okay. But yeah, that's like Fifi's mom.
She has a
She's
dad
always on
that's,
the
like,
phone.
estranged from her family.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
based off of Dire Straits. I kind of have like, a lot to do with that one. We had for the song of the film that we got. What is it? Like our music guy to like.
Chris.
What is it?
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah,
Hi,
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah, shout out to Chris Martinella's music.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, because he did that cover, and so I kind of tooled around with my bass, like some sort of like jazz, sort of like classical rock sort of piece with it, and like in the manner of like Sultans of Swing, and it's like like Fifi's. What if like the song that Punked Pooch wrote is actually stolen by Fifi from her dad in her old band?
Yeah, like I like the
that.
idea of just him, like. I think he is aware of Fifi. I just don't think he's really in her life. But he probably has like stuff around, like if he occasionally visits.
That's a lore drop.
It is a lore drop. She's fatherless, and then
here's her father's band is called the Mangy Mutts, which like further kind of like calls question to Punked Pooch. It's like, okay, what's happening here, Fifi?
What's with the alliteration here, guys?
Like
There's
what's with like the
there's
on
something
the
going on.
nose like
yeah. And then it's kind of a contrast too, because Tilly, both her parents are together, but they also are kind of estranged because they're rich, and it's the stereotypical rich parents and
hate each other.
They hate each other.
Does anyone have a good family life?
Janice has 2 kids. No, Darcy would have the best family dynamic.
Yeah, because her and Janice are stepsisters. And well, yeah, Janice was married and her husband died. She has 2 kids,
Chocolate
2
poisoning.
twins. Chocolate poisoning. Their names are Tia and Tamara. They're very cute.
Oh,
which one has the booger collection?
Ew.
That is
disgusting gift.
I think I made it. Tia was the more outgoing one. I don't remember. They're like identical, so I haven't looked at them long enough to remember.
No one
But
cares
one of them-
who's who, apparently.
Yeah.
We
They
care.
have like we care. The people care. No, and then Darcy's dad married Janice's mom, and then they grew up together. There's some hidden lore, not hidden lore, but hidden backstory too, that during production, our teacher would do a script revision thing, and we had this
revision more so.
Yeah,
he
he
kind
was
of like thrusted ideas upon us.
Yeah, so he's like, "Can I see the script you guys got? Let me try to like retool it and see like maybe if you like something out of it, you can take some from it." And we're like, "Oh, sure, right." So we give it to him, and then him and another teacher, his buddy, they both rewrote the script, and they kind of missed the entire point of the film, and they made it very, very high school bully, and there was some really interesting dog puns. I know there was a scene when they're fighting, I guess, in the Mind Palace. They made them talk during it, and Tilly, because she's a dog, you know how dogs sniffs each other's butts. There was like a joke about that, her butt dust, and we're just like, no. And then at the end, they didn't know, but in the script, I vividly remember it saying that when Darcy goes up to kind of control the situation, with her like leash, like, because it's funny. They made a note to acknowledge that Janice was turned on, and I'm like, no.
Oh wait, no. I thought that was the one where it was like. I thought that was the one where it's like Fifi comes in through the door and like she says, "Oh, sorry, I need to get dewormed," and that was the one where it's like Janice is oddly turned on.
That's
no.
That's
It was
not
at the
creepy
end.
in the slightest.
Oh, was that the end?
No,
Oh, okay.
it was at the end. Yeah, well, that was
yeah.
also in the thing of Fifi getting dewormed, and I'm like, this
Yeah.
is such like a Red and Stimpy. No shade to Red and Stimpy. I love Red and Stimpy, but
that's a Ren and Stimpy adult party hour.
Yeah, adult party derogatory, right? But it's just like
we all remember.
I'm like,
that
this was
freaking
really
nightmare.
written by a man. I'm sorry. Like, this is just his humor. But I mean, safe to say, we use not the energy of Tilly being more of a bully, because before it was more like kind of girl fight, where there's tension, but it's not like they're not blunt about it, because it's like that's how girls fight, right?
Right.
They're
I'm like,
both kind of villains in their own way. Like,
Yeah.
it's a conflict between them and it's like the rest of the world around them, sort of thing.
Yeah, they're catty. Like, yeah, but I'm like,
No pun
well,
intended.
not everyone watching this will be like, why are they more like, what's going on? I'm like, so I think it was a good choice though to make it more obvious because especially in such a short film, it's like, okay, we need to kind of get to the point.
Yeah.
So
You don't
I guess
have a lot
that
of
was
time
good
for
that came out
story.
of it, but
Oh yeah.
Fifi being dewormed and Janice getting the hots for her stepsister.
Leashing the dogs.
Leashing her other friends.
Yeah, no, just thinking
it
about it
was,
now, it's like,
just
oh,
very
no.
creepy.
I know,
all
that's what I
over.
mean. That's what I mean. Imagine the faces that Lex, who's also
Hi,
working
Lex.
on the script. Imagine how we felt when we read that. We're like, we're like, no thanks. I don't like this version very much. So that's a little behind the scenes of what was one of the notes. So don't be afraid to say no to stuff if it's like.
No, your
if it
film is
misses
your
the
film.
point.
Like, if it loses it, like, because there's many cases I think films lose their core identity. Like, I think in the case of ours, it evolved over time, but it's still kind of like
Yeah.
kept that
Yeah.
same idea. Keep
Yeah.
your idea, keep your vision. That's, I think, the best thing we can say, like, to people who want to make like a short film.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to pick your battles of when you're working in a group of what to change.
Yeah.
Because some things, like for example, like that, or like just their characters. Some of the things I was a little firm on. I'm like, yeah, no, they wouldn't say that, or like that's not the direction I think we should be going in for like what their relationship was or whatever. But in some cases, like little cases, like maybe tweaking how her ears work or tweaking how her eye color, or in the other case, kind of reworking their bluntness for their like what they don't like about each other. Like for those things, like that's, just pick your battles.
Yeah, like because collaboration is good. Collaboration makes better films. Like I think like, the newer Suicide Squad one is a great example of that. It's like I don't know if it was James Gunn who did it or something like that, but it's like he said it's like I had a lot of people looking at the script, and like that's kind of we saw a good movie came out of it. But yeah, it's like back to like what we said before. It's like collaborate, but remember like what the point of your film is and like what you're trying to get across.
Yeah, like don't be afraid to say no, but also don't say no to everything.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Pick your battles. Pick your battles. Pick your poison.
Pick your war.
So I was looking through the Discord where everyone worked. I was going to ask, are there any characters that you guys just kind of wrote out of existence or
Claire.
decided not to use? And
Claire,
then I
Claire.
saw
what Dave. That's another.
No, not Dave, please.
Oh, he was written out. He's still written out.
He was.
He does count.
He never appeared again. We're like, we're not using him. No.
He appeared once in the Sequence Week presentation. That was also a character that was also a quote unquote suggestion that was forced on by our instructor. So
Yeah.
it's like because we had a gag with just like the title card is a band poster or like a band poster you find on like a.
Was there going to be a transition? Very cool.
Yeah.
And it's like we initially, and so like our instructor really pushed for like this guy nailing the poster to a board like to be such like a gag or something like that.
And
like,
we're just
he
like,
named him Dave. It's like he's like his name is Dave. He has an Instagram. His name is Dave the Dumb Dog, and it's like we all didn't like Dave. Like no, Dave was
we bullied him.
no.
Dave got no
You
love?
can see on the there's an Instagram post that's a parody of like one of the Mario minigame from Super Mario 64 for the DS, and you can see the comment of just Dave should have stayed like missing. So
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah. So it's public knowledge. We do not like this Dave.
I think I touched the boards at one point, and like I know I was like kind of like tooling around with like cleaning it up and all that, and I remember vividly like drawing a dog like taking care of a body bag in like a street corner, and like the body bag had like a silhouette of Dave's head in it.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I don't think that
jeez.
made it. I don't think that made it, but I know there are some people who did see it.
Okay, because I'm like, that's new. I don't remember that personally.
Just
but
ridiculously
I believe you. That sounds awesome.
horrifying.
No, like
Some
we
guy got
really
murdered
did
in
not
this
like
pilot.
Dave.
Yeah, there was another character that I mentioned earlier, Claire. In the earlier scripts, it was less. It was mostly focused on Tilly and Fifi more. And the original plot was their old band kind of lies to them to get them to do another performance because they want to be back together, but they don't care what Tilly and Fifi think because they know they hate each other. And because they didn't have that big of a role, the band was consisted of like an actual singer, which in the end, on film, we made Janice sing the song, but there was a designated character to have the vocal, like to be the one projecting the vocals.
Oh, yeah?
And her name was Claire, and she was like a husky, and she was kind of represent just the egotism and like not caring about your other friends. That's another thing too. We had a whole point of we had a whole point of each character represented toxic traits of a relationship.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Claire was only thinks about herself. Janice was the willingly ignorant, so she chose not to acknowledge, I guess, like the feud that Fifi had with Tilly.
I get that.
And she just, like she purposely is like, oh, I don't like, I know the situation, but I don't care because I, like she,
Yeah, it's like kind of like, oh, they'll just work it out. Like
yeah,
the
she's
toxic
purposely
positivity.
naive. Yeah, toxic positivity. Darcy was a yes man, essentially, so she would kind of not be involved. She's like one of those wishy-washy friends.
Right.
Like she cares, but like she always like when it actually counts, she's like she has no opinions, which sometimes is like okay, but there's other times where it's like can't like.
I have been that
Surely you
person
gotta pick a
before. Just
side.
to stay out of conflict.
Yeah, like you don't have to pick a side about conflict, but also at the same time, you should be there to support your
Right.
friends.
Right. You got to make
And
some
then-
sort of stance.
Yeah, exactly. And then Tilly, I think she was the two-faced one.
Yeah, Tilly, I think, kind of remained unchanged from the final product.
Yeah.
Like, she
She-
stayed relatively consistent.
Yeah, she was a lot. No, she kind of did stay consistent. I think she was more, a little bit more pretty to Fifi in the original.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least like my pitch, she was a little more like I'm better than you, and you know that, right?
Yeah.
She kind of is like that, but like not as forward with it. And then Fifi was the clingy friend because she, her and Tilly weren't friends because she was kind of super clingy. But also Tilly wasn't the nicest friend either, so it's kind of like a mix of everyone's fault of why things ended the way they did.
I don't know.
but that was-
I'd place blame solely on Tilly.
Yeah, she kind of but
You gonna talk about Tilly like that right to my face?
yeah, we brought her into this world, and you're just hating on her.
This
But,
is
like-
my show. I can hate whoever I want.
No. But yeah, so that was like one of the early concepts, and then once we kind of were live characters to rig, so we removed Claire, and then once we reworked the script, it just kind of became a bit more that Janice and Darcy were, I don't know, they just seem a lot more friendlier and like more, I guess, supportive of Fifi, because before they were very like, they didn't really care. They just wanted to play again, essentially. So they didn't care if they like as their friends, right? If that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But that was a interesting point that kind of devolved, but not in a bad way though. It just made it a little more streamlined.
Streamlined one, and I think because I definitely think, at least compared to looking back on it now, because I know I was initially opposed of the change to like kind of make Fifi, I think, a little bit more like sympathetic, because
A little more sympathetic.
That was our original vision, to kind of make just everyone is a problem in their own way. But like looking back on it now, the film I think works better just to kind of have like a central character to rally behind, and like I think Darcy, also being like, secretly the smartest character in the room, despite being like mute, I think works as well.
Mhm.
It was
I
really
know
funny.
people really resonated with that.
It's like us acknowledging it, like us as the writers, like, yes, we know she's terrible. That's kind of the point, right?
Yeah.
Darcy,
we kind of used Darcy.
she is probably my favorite, just because I love the trope of the one who just doesn't speak.
No, she knows though. She knows. She's like, yeah, they still fighting. Like,
She's got a lot
Fifi's
going
still
on.
necessary.
Bass is the foundation of the band. I'm gonna say that right now. Shout
No,
out to
it's so
Lex
true.
again as well for like animating Darcy playing the bass correctly, like she's actually fingering it properly. So like kudos
Hooray!
to that. That
You
looked
gotta
great.
love when that
I remember
happens.
I remember when like we were still confirming shots and all that. I specifically pointed that out to her. It's like, good job, thank you.
Like, thank you. Yeah, but we could like write like a whole not whole book, but we could probably
A
do
pamphlet.
like a whole session, a whole pamphlet, maybe like a little zine of just like all the changes and all like the thought process behind it, and just like, yeah, it was. I love making original characters like outside of like things I'm posting on the internet.
Oh, it's
So
fun.
I was like, I like crack my knuckles. I'm like, I know what to do, guys. I know how to make it character driven. Come on, let's.
See, I have a
Yeah.
problem with
But-
that, because if I create a character, it has to have an insanely in-depth story, which is why I don't create many characters.
Well, like you can have characters that are just fun designs. I have one like I just made recently. Like I was kind of like shared to my friends on Instagram. So yeah, no, it could be even just be for like design exercises, just to kind of learn shape language and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like AUs. I know I love
Yeah.
I love alternate universes. I'm like, what if I put my OCs in like Undertale and then I would draw
I
them
made
as the
recently-
Undertale characters.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, yes, very good.
Yeah, I made recently like an entire like rewritten like semi-pseudo fan fiction based off of like the concept of Need for Speed Most Wanted. So like there's like a ranking system of like street races that you have to go through, but it's all based around like essentially content creators on Instagram and like all their characters like
that's
being like
awesome.
this street racing syndicate, but instead of the normal police, like they run away from like the police, and like all of them have like their own characters. And like, because the whole point of the story, this hypothetical story that'll probably never like reach fruition, is that you race around in like the city, and the city has essentially a born trafficking ring. And so like it's like born like BORN, like with the B symbol of like the blood type. And so like it's all just kind of based on memes like with that. So like the police are trying to get you because like you're trying to like smuggle born or something like that. And there's all these like characters that like try to like go through. Sorry, I'm kind of talking in a circle right now because I'm like
it's okay.
I'm to the point where it's like I'm talking about something I was working on. I'm getting like self-conscious about it now. But yeah,
No.
essentially,
Oh, don't worry,
like,
I'm
all the main
sorry.
characters are like kind of like placeholders. So like the one who plays Mia is the character I just designed recently. Her name is Blair. She kind of takes you through like uncovering the born rig. The one who plays Cross is a character that I made called Sergeant Hope Chastity, and her whole deal is that she has her circulating somewhere around the born rig, so it's like she's trying to like get them and confiscate them before anyone notices, because like she's the police sergeant, like she can't have that. That's bad for her image.
Oh,
And
she's
so
a bad
like,
police surgeon.
yeah, no, and like the
Why are you taking the
guy
first place,
who's like
crazy
Blacklist
woman?
Racer #1 is my character. What is it, Logan Wild? Like he's you'll find him on my page. I post him a lot. I like my buff ginger daddy, but it's like
You see,
yeah, he's there
this is
too,
the
and like
first-
everyone else from like the internet. Sorry.
This is the first episode of the Cube that's going to have a major content warning at the very beginning.
Oh,
It's.
I'm sorry.
It's not.
No, but like
showing
no, because like
anything.
here's the thing though, because we're doing this with the Discord icons, right? And I have like the whole police badge. That's the badge from
That's
my
the
pitch.
badge. Now I
Yeah,
know
that's
the
it. That's the
context.
story. So it's like yeah, that's kind of what I have. And in the
You know what they should be
on-
put in for their crimes?
no, they're all
I-
going
I-
to jail, all of them.
Go them.
There's going to be so
Yeah.
many
Think about
parts
your
of this that are
libido.
just censored. Or no, censored. There's going to be so many.
Censored.
You
It
guys,
is.
you guys remember my running joke?
Yeah.
How every
Yeah.
swear is censored with Megalovania.
Oh man, I must have like set a new record or something. I am so sorry.
You
Like,
actually have.
Oh no.
I got. There's a site called Toy House. I love Toy House. But you could post OCs, right? And I'm looking at my status right now. I have 135 designs on the site posted, so you can kind of.
Wow.
I'm a little.
Did the
insane.
European Truck Simulator? No, is it American Truck Simulator? Did that make
Yeah,
it
he
yet?
counts as that. That's Elliot
He
Toyland. I
counts.
love.
Yes.
He counts. He counts.
Oh.
He counts. So, you know what?
Yeah,
I won't ramble
I
with
don't
my
know, because like
OCs, but I
I've debated
understand.
and
I
debated
understand.
again, like getting one of those, but it's like yeah, I think like that'd be like the perfect place for it, because it's just like these ideas are just like so
Yeah.
unhinged.
And you can make
It's-
it private too. You don't have to share it with other people. So
Oh, okay, yeah, no, if then that actually sounds.
I have
great.
if you and your Instagram crew needs like things, let me know. I could dump a bunch, and then you guys can have like a whole network on Toy House and tagging each other's characters to keep the lore and stuff.
Nice.
It's very helpful with that.
This
Very
all
helpful.
just reminds me, Nick, at some point in the future, I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't know what it entails. I don't know if it's a comic. I don't know if it's a single illustration. I don't care what it is. I want to run a Wacky Races with you.
Yes. Oh, that'd be the next collab. Next collab. Let's do it.
It's gonna have to be like the longest, and I don't mean like in time wise. I mean like length of the canvas wise. The longest.
Oh no, there's because Wacky Racers is my childhood, so it's like I can give you like proper like source images of like how they kind of line up the cars, so you don't need to make it that long. I think they line them up like 3 rows each, because there's.
Yeah, there's
10,
overlap.
Or like I think there's 11 drivers like in the Wacky Racers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I want to get a bunch of different people together to make very unique vehicles. I have no idea I have no idea what I would drive. I don't. Why Not doesn't have anything. He has only the things he wills into existence. Outside of that,
invisible car. That's the joke.
Go.
That's lazy.
No, that's the thing I was going to say. It's like, good luck getting anyone who actually wants to draw cars.
Right?
Like, even if it is just like the one side profile, because that's all the Wacky Racers kind of like went off of, was just the one side profile.
Yeah. I would design a really weird looking vehicle, or I would just drive a giant version of my remote. That's probably an option. We all remember the multi-universal remote control.
Yes, like Click, like Mr. Adam Sandler.
Well, it's that, except it allows.
It always goes back to him.
My character insert. Why not? You know, I'm Why Not. There's the character Why Not, but then I'm also Why Not.
It's okay.
Yeah.
One of these days,
I'm
I have to
boring.
start going by my actual name.
I'm boring. Everywhere I am, typically if there's like a nickname function, I just name myself Aberdeen.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like, don't use your name, and I'm like, Aberdeen.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I kind of failed the internet rule number 1 as well.
We both failed.
Oh,
but
please,
it's okay.
people
No
love
one
you.
suspects my real name being Aberdeen. And then I say, no, my name is just Aberdeen. They're just like, okay. And they don't care. So
Her name is actually Fifi.
no! Rips my skin off. Ugh.
But no, the multi-universal remote control, the MCR. The J.
My Chemical
the J
Romance.
the JMR, that's it. The Jumbo Multiversal Remote Control. It's what allows Why Not to use his Toon Force stuff, but literally everywhere. It's the equivalent of a magic wand.
I have a collection of sticky notes somewhere. Is that one of my art ideas was to take people's characters from Instagram and turn them into Hot Wheels cars. Like they kind of do that with Hot Wheels with the Disney characters, and I kind of did
have a
my
Shrek one.
profile.
I have a
you
Shrek
do?
car.
Oh, I had the ones
Mandalorian.
from Toy Story 3. I got Buzz,
cute.
Woody, Rex.
I
because Oh yeah, go on.
Oh, sorry. I was like, I got the Star Wars set from Dollarama. My mom got them. She's like, you like Star Wars? But it was like Boba Fett, Mando, Moff Gideon, just like random like Star Wars characters from the Disney Plus shows, and I'm like, wow, they became cars. So
I'm interested to know what my car would be.
Yeah, and the one that I did for my profile icon was a 1956 Chevy Bel Air Nomad. Like, it was a station wagon, because I always draw myself with, like, a square head. So I thought, like, okay, like, the backward tufts of the hair could be, like, a roof spoiler, and the whole thing's just kind of like a 4-door wagon. Like, I don't know, but that kind of had that there. I know I did a couple I didn't do you. I think I didn't know you as well when I was doing this.
Hey,
so
that's
it's like
fair.
I have a couple Instagram characters.
In one of your massive celebrations, you put me dancing on your car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was waving my hat
Big Red
around.
Rocket. Yeah, no, you were a part of the 1,000 follower celebration.
And I
so
was
you know
so
what? You
thankful
did
for
make
that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, but we're wrapping up here. We're about out of time. Is there any last minute things you guys want to say about Punked Pooch? Anything?
Yeah, just
you go first.
yeah, just check it out. Our
You
Instagram's Punked Pooch on Instagram. We have the YouTube as well. Check out the film. Check out the Saber Spark review.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, yeah, check out the other Seneca 2D films as well. Paint It.
Yes, please do. They're
Ballad
very
of
awesome.
Jack and Atticus. Fly Away Froggy Boy. Yeah, like all of those. Those are all like kind of, they're in the festival circuit right now, so you may see them around, but if not, check them out on YouTube, do all that good stuff.
And of course, as always, all of this will be linked in the description below. Head down there to follow.
Yes.
And yeah, I guess for my closing thoughts, just a big thank you to for hosting, and also just thank you for everyone who watched our little student film. It's still very insane of how fast it blew up, but at the same time,
it was major.
It's very nice to see how everyone interpreting it and just watching it, even if they're negative. I don't care. I'm just happy you're able to express yourself and to have a reaction to what we made. Even if you call it stinky doo-doo feces, that's okay. I don't take it personally. But yes, from the bottom of my little animation heart, thank you.
Well,
thank you all as well. I'll say that
smash
too.
that like button.
I definitely have a last-minute closing thought. This isn't the last time that Punked Pooch is gonna wind up on my channel in some way.
Oh yes, no.
For those who don't know, which is probably no one, I haven't really mentioned this much at all. I actually have a brand new show in the making.
Woo!
You'd love to see it.
Absolutely, it's going to be a much shorter format, easier for me to animate, and easier to get people to watch. Because let's face it, an hour is really freaking long.
Yeah.
But it's specifically going to be an indie pilot review show. And you better believe Punked Pooch is going to be one of the very first ones I review.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I'm shaking. I'm pooping.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of love and a lot of criticism.
That's okay. You know what? You can throw all the criticism our way. I've detached myself enough where I can take it. It's okay.
Take it apart. We're functioning adults. We can handle
handle
a critique.
At the end of the day, your criticism doesn't change what the film is because it's already out. So
yeah, it's
already done and done with. So we can't even change it, even if we wanted to.
Oh yeah, but that won't be coming out for a good long while. God only knows when. Because for those who don't know, I go to college as well, so I've got to do all this on top of going to school, and I have no help.
It's okay.
It's hard to get help when you can't pay anyone.
Nope. Pooch was definitely the college experience. Working on the film from scratch, and then also managing other coursework that are unrelated to the film, and then also managing adulting and getting ready for graduation and doing portfolio stuff. Wow, that was really fun.
Yeah, it's something.
That's very great. Yeah. Thanks, education.
But before we close out, I'd like to give a very special thank you to all the people listening at home. You guys are why I put in the long hours to make these videos happen. Please remember to like the video, share it to friends, subscribe. Tell me you want more episodes. Please, I need the encouragement.
Tell him you want more episodes.
And ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. Because, every now and again, I do tend to miss things. Your homework for the episode, comment down below your thoughts on Punked Pooch, and then go over to their comment section and tell them why not Tuneish sent me.
Also watch 8 Crazy Nights.
Go ahead. Watch 8 Crazy Nights.
Yes. you need to understand what we went through.
But, as always, I've been Why Not, they've been Aberdeen and Nicholas, this has been the Cube, and I hope you're entertained. Good night, everybody!
Bye! Bye!
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.